Okay, warm welcome everyone to this product presentation of Eleiko. My name is Jochem Oldenbroek. I am the head of marketing at Eleiko, and I'm joined by Björn Welde.
Hello.
Head of product development, and we're very proud to be here at the IPF Worlds. We've seen some amazing lifts already. We've seen this new product, which is premiering here at this competition. Already 262 records have been set. And we are again very proud and very happy to be here. Today, the two of us will present 3 new products. We will present our new Powerlifting Podium, our new disc rack, but also obviously our new bench and squat stand. So Björn, first question to you. How long has the old setup actually been in use?
Yeah, so the old setup we've had for around 10 years. Last time what was used was a world's bench press for Japan, but also last fall at our own competition for equipped powerlifting world championships.
Okay, so if you need to renew a product that's been in use at the world stage for 10 years, how do you go about this? What's the first step that pops into your mind when you want to sort of build and design the new evolution?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we had a product that has been living for 10 years because it was very popular. So we had a lot of things that people loved about it. But we knew with all this feedback we've gotten from this 10 years that there is things we can improve. So we've collected that 10 years of data, but then kept in mind the stakeholders that we have, which are the lifters, the loaders, and the audience of the sport.
Okay, so these 3 groups, keeping them in mind. I'm sure we'll get back to that later. Can you tell me a little bit about the overall design language, some of the key features that we see across these 3 products that stand out?
Yeah, sure. So what we see in all these products is that across the line we have this new round profile look along with the charcoal color that goes across the 3 products. But also we focused on the small detail points. So for example, all interaction points for the loaders have a knurled surface with small end decals wherever it's appropriate to really heighten the finish. And that's the main focus.
Okay, excellent. Now, I've already made my way to sacred grounds. I'm standing on the actual podium, so let's start with that product. What's new on this powerlifting podium compared to the old one?
Yeah, so if we look down around the frame at the platform, we see our new profile that has a more of a curvature to it. So it's both sleek and modern looking, but also takes away a potential tripping hazard of an edge. Again, charcoal color. And what you're standing on underneath, we have our proprietary blend rubber mat. This one we make ourselves in Halmstad, taking care of the shock absorption for the deadlifts.
Okay, so you mentioned Halmstad, which is where we are based, our HQ from Eleiko. Is this platform fully made in Sweden?
100% made in Sweden, everything, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Now, next up we have this disc rack. I've noticed a few differences. Again, the tubing, the collar, there's also more space, I believe.
Yes, so looping back to our stakeholders I mentioned earlier, here is of course the working area for the loaders. And what we've done here is increase the space between the discs, so it's easier and quicker for them to load. This of course is easier for the loaders, but then makes the athletes come up quicker and more interesting for the sports. We think we can touch on all stakeholders with that. This new rack also has space for 12 large discs, so even the heaviest lifts at the end of the week, we have everything on the spot.
Okay, and then there's multiple points also for the colors. That's new, I believe, as well?
Correct, so here we want to make it easy for the loaders again. They can choose what side for the team that works best to have the loader. Sometimes they're 3, sometimes they're 5. But also with this enlarged capacity, in a training or gym environment, you can now load up to 250 kilos and maybe only have 1 rack to save some floor space.
Right, okay, so just by updating the rack, we enhance training possibilities, ease for loaders, and thus by providing a quicker competition, a more pleasant viewing experience, I'd say, for everyone that's watching now live on the stream. How many athletes that we have on this Worlds, do you remember?
I think it was 1,100 lifters nominated at least. I hope all of them showed up.
Yeah, I do too. So that's a pretty big time saving if you shave off a few seconds per lift. Now, saving the best for last, I'm looking at a beautiful new bench squat rack. What are some of the key details that stick out for you?
I think the first thing that the audience will see is the new curved profile underneath the bench, where we have a very strong and sleek-looking structure. But then what you will feel as a lifter, and also if you take a chance to feel it later, is really the new upholstery, where we reinvented the upholstery.
Okay, so looking at the upholstery, it looks very different from the old one. What's the key technical aspect that lifters will notice?
So this upholstery we have developed from the ground up, and what makes this unique is that we invested in tooling to actually mold a one-piece upholstery. So here we have polyurethane directly molded to the plywood, which gives us a very good strength and stability. And this polyurethane has added benefits with enhanced grip and also a hygiene benefit where it doesn't tear and crack because of sweat.
Okay, so we do expect this to last a lot longer than the traditional upholstery.
Yeah, we will see a much longer lifetime with this one. But of course, for lifter at this competition, it's the grip that's going to be the main part. And one aspect as well is this added knurling here, right in the upper back region, further enhancing the grip when in the bench press.
Have you had some feedback already from athletes using the bench?
I've had very good feedback from when we tested the prototype for some interviews in November last year at our own competition, and the feedback has just been coming as positive as before on this competition as well.
Now, one thing you mentioned to me before this actual live launch was the difference between a skateboard and an oil rig, and the products that are used on both of these. So can you expand on that a bit?
Yeah, it's one of all these small, fine details where we try to improve even those. So previously it's been a very industry standard grip tape here with the feet for the spotters. This we have upgraded and searched on the best material we can find. So what we ended up with is grip tape that's used on oil rigs, so we can have a much more longevity and security for even that.
Okay. All right. Anything else on the benching side that you want to point out, which is a big improvement over the old version?
I think one of the small details that we want to save for last is actually the new tilting mechanism. So in the squat, you've seen that the lifters can choose to either tilt one or both uprights, either to give more margin when working in and out, or to allow the lifter to place his hands outside of the uprights. And previously, this has been made with 2 screws that had to be untied. You have to tilt and then tighten 2 screws again. Now we've made it drastically simpler with a patented function, simple as a flip. So I'll show you that.
Yeah.
So with no force and very easy, quickly movement, we again shave a few seconds for the loader's time, making the sport easier and hopefully more interesting for the audience.
Okay. Well, that was a brief walkthrough of our 3 new powerlifting products. Now, Björn, obviously, I'm dying to know, when is this available? When can I order?
So this product will be available to ship end of September.
Okay, excellent. So one last thing that I noted when training on this, because we have this piece in our training facility at Eleiko HQ as well, is that it just overall felt super sturdy and well settled. Is that something that overall was a focus when redesigning this piece?
Exactly. So we have had a long list. I think it's over 50 points where we try to improve it. We can't take everything in this presentation, but rigidity and tolerance is where we can improve. Through all this 10 years of feedback, we've tried to get into this bench, and we think we have achieved a very sturdy, nice bench.
Okay, well, Björn, thank you very much for walking us through these products. Now, I'm sure you guys are dying to know what this actually feels like. We have an Eleiko booth here in the arena, in the hall. We have this bench set up there, so you're very welcome to come and test it out. And both me and Björn will be present at the booth. So if you have any questions regarding the product, we're very happy to answer them. And also, next Thursday will be the last opportunity to visit Eleiko HQ. So if you're here for the Worlds and you want to come and visit us, just go to eleiko.com, and there you can sign up to hop on a bus 11 o'clock next Thursday, and we will show you around. You can come and train at our sports center, and we all would love to welcome you there. Thanks for your attention, and enjoy the rest of Worlds.
Thank you.